welcome back to my channel. My name is Nisa and I'm documenting my TTC journey. So if you're new here, go ahead and subscribe so you can follow along all of my journey and figuring out what it takes to get to becoming a mother. I had my first IUI 10 days ago, and I have been testing out my trigger for the last 9 days and finally got to a point where I think I'm ready to take my first response test. So I'm gonna go ahead and put a photo up here now of what my testing out looks like so far. So as you can see, I definitely started to test out, probably I would say, I'm just gonna look at my notebook. I'm gonna say I stopped seeing a line from the trigger, I wanna say 7 DPO. I was still seeing a faint line on 8 DPO, or excuse me, 6 DPO. And I feel like yesterday I definitely had some negatives, although I do think that I saw a very, very, very light line yesterday, but it was very close to being an indent line. So I'm not totally sure if it was still part of the trigger or something else. But I figured I'd start testing and taking my first response tests now because I do want to see a progression there too. So today is the first day, which is 9 DPO, that I'm going to be testing with the first response. I am 11 days past trigger, so at this point it should be out of my system. They say that per 1,000 of the medication, so I had a 10,000, oh my gosh, I think it's milligrams, but whatever that measurement is, but it's 1,000 per day that it's in your system. So since I had 10,000, it should be out of my system by 10 days past trigger. So that was yesterday. So you can see them. You can see them all, and up until yesterday, and I could have swore that I saw the hintest of lines yesterday, but we'll see. I definitely didn't see too much yesterday. I thought I saw the smallest and lightest of lines, but I'm not too sure, which is why I'm going in with the first response to kind of see what we can get on that test. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. I'm gonna do it off screen so y'all don't see my pee. And we'll go from there. And I do plan on recording these every day, so hopefully through this video I'll get my BFP, my big fat positive, and we can all celebrate. But first up, I'm going to do my easy at home Amazon tests and the ones that are in my progression video or my progression notebook. So we're going to start off with that one and see what happens. I have liked these ones. I use them for my OPKs and I haven't had any issues, so I think I will probably continue to use these. I only have, I want to say 10 left, so if it doesn't happen for me this cycle, then I'll need to get more, but I think I'm going to keep using these because I do like them and I do like the app. So I'm going to put that down just to see what happens. I'm going to open my first response. We'll see. As far as symptoms goes, I have had tons of symptoms, but I also had the trigger shot, so it's very likely that the symptoms that I was feeling were from the trigger shot. So and I'll probably go through a whole video of my symptoms if I'm pregnant. If I'm not, then who knows what that was. It was just kind of a fluke, but I would say the last 2 days I've been cramping, and I definitely was cramping after my IUI for the first few days too. So it's a bit hard to say. Like, I think this whole journey, like, you want to see symptoms and you want to think that they are related to pregnancy, but it could just be all the freaking hormones and crap that we have to put our bodies through. That's really what's happening. I am also, so I had the trigger shot, I was on Letrozole and or Femara, And I also have been doing, what is it called? The Pregnyl, progesterone inserts. Girl, we'll talk about that later. And so that also has progesterone, which can also give you symptoms. So it's a bit hard to say. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and go for it and see what we have. I'm looking here, there's nothing there. I can't see anything. I'm gonna look, just make sure I don't see any indent lines already. Not seeing anything, I don't think. Nope, okay, so we're gonna go for it. I'm a little nervous and a little anxious, but before I put this in there, I have to tell myself because I already know who I am. So it is very uncommon that I would see a line today on day 9 because implantation most likely happens on day 9 or DPO. And so if implantation happened today, I most likely wouldn't see a line today. It's only if implantation has happened previous from today, which can be any day from day 6 on until you get your period, right? So we'll see. If I don't see a line, it's okay. I will test again tomorrow. Very likely that I could still see a line on 10 or 11 or even 12 or even 13, 14 DPO. So we're gonna dip. I haven't done one of these, so I've just watched 5 million videos during this 2-week wait and trying to remind myself that it will be okay no matter what, and seeing videos of people who had to go through a few cycles before getting their BFP. I know that it'll all be all right, and I just have to be patient with it. Because I thought I saw a hint of a line yesterday, I think I do have a little bit of hope, but it's very possible that nothing happens. Putting that down, taking a look at the Easy at Home one. I'm definitely not seeing anything. Let me just look a little bit more. Oh man, I always feel like I see the hint of a line, but it's definitely not dark if there is one. I also don't know how much time has passed. I don't know, I see the smallest hint of a line, but it could just be line eyes for sure. I'm gonna let that one sit a little bit longer. I should put a timer on, so I'm just gonna look at what time I'm recording at, cool, and then wait. Is it 5 minutes? I probably should have read the instructions before doing this. Oh, put the test in the tip of the test in the urine stream for 5 seconds. Oh, I definitely did that longer for 5 seconds. Wait, 3 minutes. Okay, 3 minutes. Okay. These first response tests say that they can tell you 6 days before your missed period, which I think that would be today for me. So we'll see. Yeah. Cool. Well, I'll be back in 3 minutes. Okay, so it has been 3 minutes and I did look at the Easy at Home test and I'm definitely not seeing anything, I don't think. It doesn't look like there's anything. So like I said, it's okay. I still have a few more days before I will start to worry. So yeah, so not seeing anything there. Taking a look at the first response test now. Oh man, line eyes are definitely real. I kind of see the smallest hint of something, but I can't super tell. I'll put that, maybe you can see something. Let's see. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to keep testing, guys, but that's where I'm at today. Of course, when I test a couple more days, we'll definitely know for sure. I don't know, I kind of see a line, but I could be going crazy. Let me show you guys again. Maybe you can see it if I do that. I don't know if that'll come across on the camera, but IRL, I definitely see a little bit of a line, a hint of a line. But it also could be an indent line. I've read so many about how those have burned people in the past, so definitely want to be cautious before saying I see a line. So cool. Well, that's today's video. I don't think that I will test again tonight. I think that I will try to hold off and wait to test again tomorrow and just see if I keep seeing a line or if there's nothing there and I am going crazy. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye. Okay, fam, I'm gonna make this a quick one. I just woke up. Don't mind me and my sloppy self right now. So I did end up testing yesterday, and I didn't say anything. I was feeling a little discouraged, so I didn't film it, but I'm back. So today is 11 DPO, 13 days past trigger, and I have my first morning urine, and so we're just gonna see what happens. All right, be back in 3 minutes. Okay, I've already looked at it and I'm not saying anything, but it's time, so I should look. I think by now I would probably see something. So I was saying to my wife, Bridget, that if I didn't see something today, I'm probably out. I will test tomorrow, but I don't think this is gonna be my cycle. Kind of a bummer. Obviously you can still get a positive on 12 DPO, but I just feel like I would probably see something by now. And I'm not. So I think more than anything, like I just rewatched a video that I shot a few weeks ago where I was talking about how I just wanted to try and just get to that first attempt, and you know, if it wasn't successful, like that's fine. So I'm trying to listen to myself and the previous advice that I gave myself, and you know, not get too disheartened, and you know, it might just mean we try again next month. Thanks for following along. Okay, we're back again. It's the morning of 12 DPO. I wasn't sure if I was gonna test today just because the last tests have been negative, and I don't know, I just have a feeling it's not my cycle. But I did, and surprise, surprise, it's negative. So I'm pretty sure that I would have seen a positive by today. So I'm definitely more leaning on the I'm not pregnant train, which is okay. I told myself that, you know, it would be all right if it didn't happen the first time. Also, there are tons of people who, you know, it takes a while and everyone's journey is different. So I just have to try to keep being positive and hope for the best with my next cycle and see what happens. I still have to wait till my day 14 HCG test from the doctor's office. So I will obviously do that and see what they tell me, but I think I'm pretty sure I'm out this cycle. So yeah, I mean, I'll probably do another like little pop in before the end of this video ends so that I can tell you what happened at my actual blood work appointment. But yeah, so that's where we're at. Thanks for following along. I think I'm gonna take a second to think about how I feel, and then I'll come back to talk about that when I, talk about my day 14 results. Okay, so it has been over a week since that last video on cycle day 12, where I got the negative pregnancy test. I took some time to really feel my feelings and try to get a better understanding of how that cycle was going to affect me. So it has been over a week, and looking back now, I do feel okay about everything, but I think in the moment, and especially like going through the last week, like I think there's parts of you that has these hesitations about whether it was your fault or not. And I definitely tried to not go down that route, because I know myself, and I know that I could easily think that it was my fault. And I think like when you're trying to do something that's supposed to be considered like natural and like your body was made for, like when you can't, it seems like it's something wrong with you. And in most cases it's not. Like most cases there's outside things happening that are just stopping it from being a viable pregnancy, and and maybe that's a good thing. So try to keep that in mind. I think what also helped was when I went to my day 14 and did my beta test, my doctor actually gave me a call after, and I'm gonna play that voicemail for you. I didn't speak with her, I missed her call, but she left me a voicemail kind of talking a little bit about her thoughts on my first IUI. And in this, she specifies that, it wasn't my fault and everything looked good on my end. That said, she said that maybe there might be something wrong with the donor sperm that we picked. So I'm gonna go ahead and play that now and react to it live, as I did when I first heard it.
Hi Bridget, unfortunately
she calls me Bridget because that's my wife's name.
The cycle was fine, you definitely ovulated, you had a good follicle. I'm just actually concerned because the sperm count was quite low after we processed it. So I don't know if potentially you want to pick a different sperm donor. Sometimes what you can do is actually call the sperm bank, and if the
I did end up doing this.
Then they will often credit you or send you another sperm vial at no additional cost, and we can certainly get the information to you from the sperm information, but I do think that was contributing. Give me a call or shoot me an email, we can talk, but I don't think there's anything going on your end, and unfortunately you have to try this again, so we'll do what we need to do. All right, take care, and give us a call with your next period. You can start right away if that's what you want to do, and we can go from there. All right, take care. Bye.
So like I said, she definitely said that like everything on my end looked good, so that did make me feel better and put me a little bit more at ease. As far as the sperm count number goes, I'm not sure what happened there, because my sperm count was 11.5 million and the motility rate was at a 46%. So we used Fairfax Cryobank, and their quality standards is 10 million. So I did call them, and they weren't sure that I would qualify for any type of reimbursement like she mentioned, because to them anything over 10 million is even better. So I don't know if maybe she misread that, because like looking at some of the, it seems like it's standard for sperm banks. So I'm not sure. I did still go through the process of trying to get a reimbursement because why not? But yeah, so that was my first IUI cycle, and I ended up, getting my period 3 days after I stopped taking my suppositories, so the Pregnyl, and I was pretty excited about that because I didn't think I would get one so fast. So as you noticed from the last video, I did change my hair, and something that I think I'm gonna keep up with is for every cycle that's unsuccessful, I'm just gonna change my hair, and it'll give me something to look forward to. So new cycle, new hair. Hopefully I won't have to keep changing it for much longer, but I think I just need something to like look forward to in case it is a negative cycle. So that's where I'm at. Follow along. I'm going to be recording my next cycle. I'm going to try to do more day of recordings instead of trying to go back and remember what happened, because it's a lot easier that way, and then I can try to bring you along as well. So wasn't successful. I think everyone goes in and wants to be the unicorn, but unfortunately I just wasn't. But that's okay, and it's a journey, and we're just gonna keep going. So if you're interested in following along, please subscribe to my channel. I'd love to have you, and maybe we could be cycle buddies if you're in a similar place as I am. I wish anyone who is trying to conceive the best of luck, baby dust, all the good things, sticky fingers, sticky something, I don't even know. There's too many lingo things, but I wish you all those things, and I hope nothing but the best for you and your family. Thanks again for following along, and I'll see you next time.